Good morning, Kendall Kids, and welcome to your Friday, May 7th. Today is National Packing Design Day. What does that really mean? Well, when you buy something, the package that it comes in would just be normal, drab, and one color if nobody actually spent the time to design it. It is an art form and a very, really interesting one because there's a lot of thought that goes into those packages for all those little things you buy, especially the food. You might want to think about the color and the pattern and what it makes you feel like and whether it reminds you or adds to that expectation of what you're about to buy. You might be thinking about just kind of the pure aesthetics of it and the branding. Does it look attractive in general, and does it show a brand and remind you what you're actually getting and from who? Is the shape of the box important? Does it actually have kind of a little inside joke with the audience? It might very well be. Or is it just plain funny? Sometimes humor really sells products well. Even little things for after you buy the package, like the bag you bring it away in. You can do some really interesting stuff there and really get people's attention and make them, admire your product that much more. Or maybe you're making a practical choice, making it easier for people to store or unpack items, or actually letting your package serve multiple functions, both being really interesting and beautiful, like this Chinese food box that looks like a pagoda, but at the same time unfolds into the actual plate you can eat on. Really interesting enough, you can also do some cool stuff to remind people of the sustainability or the natural qualities of your product just through the package design, or even just really surprising people with a little bit of unexpected design where you wouldn't necessarily expect to see it, like the inside of the box. Even companies that have been around for a really long time throw some really interesting package design in the mix when they want to remind you of something special about that product. Maybe these Kleenex that have a fruit scent to them, or maybe even just you want to break away from the traditional package design and do something outside the box, literally, like making a cylinder for your container for your cereal here, which allows you to see how much you have left more clearly, and on top of that, it allows you to make sure you don't actually crunch apart the cereal into little crumbs like we all kind of hate at the bottom of the box. But anyways, there's not just good package design out there. There's some bad stuff too. Sometimes people just make poor choices and kind of skimp out on the quality of the work going into it. Sometimes there's just unfortunate mergers here where you end up having something that looks kind of out of place. On top of that, you could also just have something that doesn't really require a package altogether anyways. Would be better off without one in the first place. And then the other one that really drives me bonkers is when you have a package that is just plain misleading. Now, as an art teacher, I can tell you, I have seen this firsthand. It's not very pretty. There's also just a frustrating package that you can't get open, like these blister packs, And then lastly, I just would like to say that these frustration-free packages that are coming out through, especially Amazon, are really interesting. It's nice to see that sometimes when you're buying a product and you already make the decision, that they can pull some of that extra out of it so that it makes it just easier to open up, easier to get to, and less environmentally impactful for all of the inks and cardboards that are used. So sometimes package design is less is more. But anyways, knowing all that about package design now and that amazing art form, and I apologize for that phone ringing in the background, will you please put your hand over your heart and find the flag in the room? Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Okay, Kendall Kids, let's talk a little bit about food for the day. Well, today, what do we have for options? We have a PB&J sandwich with string cheese, or a Mac stuffed crust pizza, tossed salad with dressing, baby carrots with dressing, apple, and milk. So some good options right there. Well, what's going on with the weather? I know you guys already can see it. It's rainy out there, and it's pretty cold, too. High of only 45 degrees today, low of 37, so it's going to feel real chilly out there. We're getting almost back to that winter feel, but not quite. The rain is going to be sticking around for much of the day. It might clear up in the late afternoon, so we're going to kind of cross our fingers for that. But then, hey, the payout is this. Saturday is going to be real nice. Sunday is going to be a little, hit and miss. And then Monday and Tuesday are going to be beautiful as well, although the colder air will be sticking around for a little while here. You might be wondering what's going on. Well, here's the weather front. You can see the progression of that rain is just coming right towards us. So probably the next couple hours, we are going to get some heavier rains for a little while, and then it will taper off as the afternoon progresses. The nice news is we are unlikely to see that grapple that we potentially would have seen last night, but it doesn't look like from the evidence that I've seen that any of that actually fell on the ground for us. So, good thing that winter's truly kind of gone right there. Anyways, finally, it's just going to be wet. So, sorry about that, guys, but eventually the sun will be coming back out to shine. So let's end our announcements the right way, that Kendall mission statement. The mission of the Kendall Central School District is to provide the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes needed by students to live responsibly and compete successfully in today's and tomorrow's world. Well, I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. And if I don't get a chance to see it, remember to stay colorful, Kendall. Have a good weekend, guys.